Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, my delegation extends its appreciation to the EU and the OIC for tabling draft resolution L32 Red 1, which in our view serves a dual purpose, demanding accountability for Rohingya and other minorities in Myanmar, and calling for a return to the democratic path for the entire country. Mr. Chair, following the high-level conference on the situations of Rohingya Muslims and other minorities in Myanmar, this is another important avenue to amplify the calls regarding the protracted and severe humanitarian and human rights crisis faced by the Rohingya and other minorities. The Rohingya issue is an integral part of Myanmar's crisis. To date, a conducive environment for the safe, dignified, and voluntary returns of these refugees has not been feasible due to the intensifications of atrocities, including area attacks on civilians by the military junta. We now await the PGA's summary of the meeting, which we trust will be complementary to these efforts. Against this backdrop, we view that this year's resolution has been further strengthened by incorporation several key elements reflecting the prevailing realities on the ground. Since the illegal coup in February 2021, the situation in Myanmar has been dire. The democratically elected government has been overthrown. The elected political leaders, human rights defenders, and civilians has been arbitrarily detained. The military has conducted over 3,700 indiscriminate area attacks on civilians and over 450 documented massacres. Over 100,000 civilian properties, including schools, hospitals, and religious buildings, have been destroyed or burned down. More than 7,400 people have been killed. Almost 30,000 people were arrested. About 3.6 million people are displaced, and almost 22 million people are in need of humanitarian assistance. Children, women, and girls are overwhelmingly bearing the brunt of the crisis. The economy is collapsing, with more than half of the population falling below the national poverty line. Social development has ceased, rule of law has collapsed, corruption has increased, impunity enjoyed by the military junta has been deeper and wider. The military junta and its affiliates have facilitated further and created wider a safe haven for transnational crimes, including online scams and human and drug trafficking. Severe consequences of these transnational crimes have spilled over to our neighbors, the region and beyond, and threatening the international peace and security. Myanmar therefore thanks the main sponsors for the inclusion of such language and the international community for increasing efforts to address the issue. However, more coordinated, effective actions of the UN and the international community seriously and urgently needed to eliminate the online scam and other transnational crimes in Myanmar and beyond. In stark contrast, the military junta is attempting to whitewash their serious crimes and evade accountability by organizing a sham elections aiming to legitimize its unlawful seizures of power. With complete disregard for its loss of territorial control, its sustained atrocities, the continued arbitrary detentions of political leaders, systemic human rights violations, the collapse of freedom of expression, severe restrictions on information, and the impositions of climate of constant fear, the junta is trying to deceive the entire international community with a fraudulent process lacking legitimacy and the will of the Myanmar people. We deeply regret that people inside the country from all backgrounds, especially public figures such as celebrities, are being held hostage and forced to participate in the junta's propaganda regarding these shameful scam elections. In this regard, in this light, the draft resolution rightly expressed deep concern over the military junta's unilateral attempts to conduct a sham elections. This so-called election will never be free, fair, or inclusive. We welcome the sharpened language regarding the illegitimacy of the military junta, and that we urgently call on the member states to categorically reject the junta's planned sham elections. Finally, although the draft resolution before us omits key measures such as the arms embargo language contained in the Human Rights Council resolutions and reports of the Special Rapporteur and the IIMM, it has filled in by correctly identifying the military dictatorship as the root cause of the country's instability and the people's suffering. In this light, we are getting on the right track, but more needs to be done to have timely, effective actions for saving lives and future of the people of Myanmar. Perpetrators must be held accountable, and their cultural immunity must end. Justice must prevail. The people of Myanmar have never been more united in their resolve to end the military dictatorship and build a federal democratic union founded on equality and justice. We are forging a new contract that guarantees the rights of all people, ensuring that no one is left behind. We ask the international community to stand with the people of Myanmar as we strive to reclaim our future and establish a peaceful, inclusive, and democratic federal union that contributes positively to the region and the world. With this, Myanmar supports the draft resolution L32-1, and we urge all delegations to do the same. I thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. I have Malaysia to be followed by